Hi guys, welcome back. I'm thrilled that you're here. Just as I felt that I was covered for winter clothing and that I had much of what I needed, winter is over and the days are definitely getting warmer. We have been over a year in Italy, and as we have had many expenses, we pretty much only buy what is necessary when it comes down to clothing. Today, I'm looking at what pieces of clothing I need to make it through the next season, and for sure will be a few things that I need to buy. Come along with me while I organize my wardrobe and go to the city to buy a few things. It is always more fun when we do these things together. Right now we're getting ready to go to the city. It should take us about 20 minutes from the town where we live in. If you don't want to spend a lot of money, I want to just buy something basic that ties me through this spring kind of period before we get to summer. For me, shopping in Italy is very different to the way it was shopping in Australia. I will find it very difficult to find something I really like back in Australia, but here there are so many pretty things that I have to restrain myself. In saying that, when we moved from Australia to here, we didn't bring many things. It's easy to understand why. It was so expensive to bring an extra suitcase, which we did, and we paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to bring that extra suitcase. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Fiorella. I lived half of my life in Colombia where I was born and the other half in Australia. For over a year now, I have been living in a small town in Italy with my husband, our big Maremma dog, and our ragdoll cat. On this channel, I'll be sharing with you my daily life and the questions I ask myself as a girl in her late 30s. Okay, early 40s, and about how to approach this new stage in my life. I hope you stay around.
Accumuli punti a ogni acquisto. Festeggiamo la tua bellezza. Fino al 21 maggio, se acquisti 3 articoli di make-up.
We love Italian-made things, and when we can, we love buying from family-owned boutiques. But other times, it's just not realistic to do so. The shop we are at today is a chain you can find across Italy in shopping centers. They have nice things, fair prices, and usually when we come here, there is a lot we really like.
Stai attento.
Assolutamente si pensi con lei.
Pensavo che sempre la prima volta. Questi quelli pochi che c'è questo costa l'otto, invece i fuori che chiama quello costa 7 euro. Quindi su una voce. Ma che tu fai?
A spread.
Bomba pugliese.
Bomba pugliese sounds dangerous.
Tu tagli subito quelli che ti puntano. Prende insieme, la che mi dice che hai fatto coppi tutte le cose. Voglio dammi da posto, voglio una cosa per sé.
How about there? No? today I'm not feeling it. You know, those times where your mind has like all these plans and all these things, but then your body doesn't cooperate. It's sunny out there, and sometimes when it's sunny, do you feel like that? Like you feel this kind of pressure of behaving like the way it is outside. Like, okay, let's do it. It's sunny, let's do it. So I'm not feeling like that. It has anything to do with the fact that the weather is changing and it's spring now, and I'm having a bit of hay fever. We brought some drops from Australia that were great, but we ran out of them, and we got some other drops here, but they're just not the same. They just feel like water. They don't do much. What am I gonna wear today? I don't know, because outside is warm, but the house feels nice. So shorts, don't think they'll cut it. Just some jeans that probably will be the last week or so that I'll be able to wear jeans. Here we have the things I bought the other day. Probably this will help me get started for today, because since I don't have to go anywhere, I'm not feeling great, this will be a good thing to do. It has to be done. I have to change my wardrobe. But first, let's have our collagen. If you're enjoying this video, please like, comment and subscribe. When you do that, it really helps my channel. We don't have a lot of storage, so they can easily go under the bed or on top of the cupboard. I will let these other jackets on the balcony for a few hours, getting some air and sun before I put them away. I don't really want to wash them myself, and I don't think they were used enough to need to be dry cleaned. So I will let nature and UV light do its thing. I think this is it for the heavy jackets. I will leave them there for a couple of hours, getting some sun, and then we'll put them away. That way I can let the wardrobe breathe a little as well. Let's start putting things away now. And then there's the shoes. Pretty much every pair has its own story. This is my very first pair of Ugg boots. When I moved to Australia, I wanted so badly to own a pair, but they were quite expensive for me at the time. Years later, I could afford this pair and chose this one. They became amazingly handy during the 2 winters we have spent so far in Italy. Then there is the steel blue boots. I bought them after we bought a house in central Queensland. In Australia, of course. For those of you who don't know, many places in Queensland are hot, isolated, and there are all kinds of animals. We had planned to renovate that house, so I needed to get a good pair of boots. But life had other plans. Better plans. This is my second pair of Ugg boots. Life in Australia had started to get a little easier. These boots I don't wear much, but they're very important to me because they were a present from my dad for my graduation at uni in Australia. This degree meant a lot to me since I did it in a language that is not my native language while being married and having a demanding full-time job. These boots were a gift from my mom and became a lifesaver when we lived in Melbourne since I had to catch trams and trains, and in Melbourne it often rains out of nowhere. It is actually said that there you can have 4 seasons in one day. Looking at these shoes that I've had for years and years really puts into perspective how much I've done in my life, the places I've been to, and the people who have cheered me on along the journey. And I feel so thankful for all of it. Hey! What are you doing there, you monkey? Get out of there! Night night! There.
Oh, she likes it there.
My shirts. And olive. And my Aussie one. When I lived in Colombia, I didn't have to put clothes away because we don't have seasons there, so pretty much you could wear the same things all year round. But when I moved to Australia, especially to Canberra, I did have to do it. Since the clothes are cleaned but have been in a box for a while, let's spray something nice. By the way, I haven't used perfumes for a long time. Years ago, I started using essential oils only, but late last year, I discovered this one made by one of my favorite Italian brands, and it smells delicious. I couldn't resist. This is looking a lot better. I left just some light cardigans and light jackets in case it gets unusually cold one day, or if we go out to Termoli or Pescara at nighttime. Thank you so much for hanging around with me today. Knowing that you were here really encouraged me to turn what started as a yucky day into a productive one. I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll see each other in the next one. Bye!